about finishing my book. I did. I didn't have doubts in my mind because I don't know. But I have two sons. Nothing in this world breaks my heart more than the way I watch my mother with my sons. See, if you were to say, Catherine, you are a bad person, I'll take that. But she just lacks compassion. I can't even have a normal conversation with this lady. I just tried. And the way she was so abrupt about her grandson, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, she really didn't care. I mean, she just, I don't know how to describe what she just said to me. I really don't, because, when you're a mother and you love your children, you don't want anything bad to happen to your children. When my son went to the service, I was really concerned. I was concerned because I knew I had hoped he would finish. I had some high hopes and some expectations that he would finish. But when he didn't, I was not surprised. I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't surprised because he doesn't do a lot of talking. That's always concerning because I watch how he does his life on a daily basis. He's always in his room playing games, and it's like someone lives in your house and they're just shutting the entire world out. That is never a good situation. He plays the game all of the time. And he see, when I was there, I always checked on my son. But I'm not there now. And so the two people that are in the house with him could actually care less. Like, how do you live in a house with somebody and you're just not concerned about them? I mean, I, it's not because he's my son that I'm concerned. I mean, I was concerned about them too. I would knock on their doors too, to be honest. I mean, I would speak to my sister, speak to my mom. It's just that that they're they were like a bunch of people that were in a house, and they were in a house, and they're related to each other, but they're not really connected. See, because the conversation that I just had with my mom solidifies what I've always said. She doesn't care. How do you know she doesn't care? Because the conversation that I just had with her about my son lets me know that she don't care. Anytime I am telling you that major depressive disorder is not the same as depression, and you are telling me to wrap it up, ma'am, it's 6:30 in the morning. You ain't going nowhere. The reason why I know you ain't going nowhere is because most of the stores are still closed. Anybody that's coming to see you probably ain't awake yet. So why don't you want to talk about your grandson? Oh, that's right, because you don't care. Right. So what did I do for that for the lady that said she's my mother? I hung up on her. I didn't cuss her out. She said cut it short. I hung up on her. She asked me to hang up, for real, for real. She said cut it short. So, yeah, that's what happened. See, while you all are judging my relationship with my mom, this lady just clowned me on my son. The son that went to the military, that was not able to complete the military because, well, it doesn't even really matter, because I think anybody that knows my son, church, whatever, yeah. So I mean, I have to be concerned about someone who is as smart as he is. I listen. When you see a person fall by the wayside, and I am going to use that word, when you see a person fall by the wayside, if you care about them, you will help them, and if you don't, you won't. I ain't never not tried to help my son. Let me say that real quick. When my son was going to the military, baby, I put a party on for my son. It was all weekend long, cause he was going to the military right as this November was segueing into December. November was segueing into December rather quickly, and it was Thanksgiving, his party, he's leaving. It happened just like that. So, see, that's why when people listen, I listen sometimes how people just drag the heck. It's real cool when you drag the heck out of me because I don't really care if you really want to be honest. Because when it comes down to my sons, I can't speak to other people how they mother, but baby, I get in the trenches for my sons. And they will tell you that. I get in the trenches for them like a soldier for real. When they were little, I tried to make sure that they had speech therapy, occupational therapy, the LU Institute. Listen, all those places know about Catherine Sherrill. I don't play those games about Solomon and Jacob. Now that they're grown, this lady over there, she's my mother. I'm not being disrespectful. It's the reason why I said that. She just irks my soul. She irks my soul because there is no amount of money in the world that I would ever give for Solomon or Jacob. If they were sick right now and they needed one of my organs, I would give my organs for my sons. I would. But this lady, she just don't care. I mean, it's like, this is your grandson, and it would kind of be like, ma'am, you're the type of person that got an insurance policy on everybody. You done already said it. So the reason why you don't care, it's just quite evident. I mean, it's no other way of saying it. Because that conversation, it didn't go left. It started left. It's been left. It ain't never going to be right. That's what I see. See, I be trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, respect you and all that. And you just be being ignorant for no real reason. Somebody calls your house, they tell you something that's about you. Ma'am, I ain't had to call you. I could have deleted that joint and act like I ain't seen it for real, for real. See, I tried to do you a service. You ain't did Catherine no service at all if we really was to talk about it because you told a lot of lies on me. And I could have been real nasty. See, the Bible says don't revenge. See, I could have been real nasty and erased that email. I ain't had to call you. You don't even have an email. You don't know how to work a computer. I tried to be respectful to you, ma'am. But you disrespected me when you started talking about my son. I get real offended about Solomon and Jacob. I don't care that they grown. I don't really care that Solomon is in another state with a wife. I don't really care. When you say something wrong about my sons, I get rubbed the wrong way real fast. See, that's why I hung up as soon as you said that. Talk about cut it short. Yeah, cut it short. Click, cut it short. You right. I didn't go back and forth with her. I did not. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to finish taking my treatment so I can get ready because I have to go do something. Sometimes I think when I talk about my mother that people think that I'm lying. I am convinced. And the reason why I'm convinced is because I heard somebody say something not too long ago. And they said, that's still your mother. Did I ever not say that she wasn't? Because I've never not said that she wasn't. I said the way that she acts. See, when people say that apple don't fall far from the tree, you're a liar. Why are you a liar? Because I don't act anything like my mother toward my sons. I don't. They are grown, and I am still getting in the trenches for them. If the truth was to be told about my son when he wanted to go into the military, I said I would support you. I did support my son when he went. My son came home with his papers. He put my name on the papers. My mom is the one that said, why can't my name go on? Ma'am, your grandmom. See, you don't understand the hierarchy of the chain. I'm going to explain it to you. Great grandparents, grandparents, parents. Great grandparents Grandparent, parent. Ma'am, I'm still alive, so why are you asking for your name to be on the papers in case something happens to my son? No, see, that's not the way it works. I'm still alive. Stay, you see, that's why me and her don't get along. So right. Because when you're in the military, you have to have a next of kin. My son is not married. The next of kin would be me. What did this lady over there say? Now she wanted me out the way. Pay attention. She wanted me out the way with my son. Ain't he over there with her? I don't see you doing nothing with him, ma'am. See, every time you want to have total access to my son, you don't ever do anything with my son. Why is it that me? Why am I asking you about you knocking on his door? Why do you come up the steps and go straight to your bedroom and don't, ma'am, I seen you do it. How do you walk up a flight of stairs and because the bedrooms is down the hall, you got to turn around the way her steps are made to go to her bedroom is in the front. Mine's in the middle, is next to hers. My son and my sister's. Yes, a 4-bedroom house, 3-bathroom. Right. She will walk past it. Her and my sister. I don't understand them. I just see, how do you live in a house with somebody that you know suffers from major depressive disorder and you don't knock on their door to see how they're doing? But yet and still, you're always running around here talking about, is something wrong with Catherine? I got sense enough to check on my son though. I got sense enough to take myself to appointments. I got sense enough to take care of my hygiene. When I was talking to them folks yesterday, I ain't hear them folks say nothing wrong with mentally wrong with Catherine White. See, anxiety and ADHD it's not the same as depression. Anxiety means some things in my life have caused my nerves to be on edge, and I cannot help that. Ain't no pill gonna fix that. You try raising 2 sick children. Yeah. See, both my sons, that's right. They had some major things that was wrong with them when they were little. And I am the person, not their fathers. Not their fathers. And even now that they're grown, I still have to get in the trenches for both my boys. Well, not really Solomon too much, but Jacob I still do. Not because he's not a good young man. I just told you that he served in the service. He did. He's a good young man. But sometimes with good people, when stuff happens to them, they don't all the time process it the way that I process it. His understanding of God is different. He oftentimes tells me that he does not understand why God allowed his life to be altered when he was a little boy. So now that he's a grown man, it takes a lot for Jacob. He ain't no bad kid, I assure you that he's not. He's not no bad. He's not a kid, he's a young man. He wasn't a bad kid. He wasn't. I can't lie on my son. He ain't in the judicial system. He served Uncle Sam. Pay attention. He ain't in the judicial system. He served Uncle Sam. He graduated from high school. He was in the top. Listen, him and his brother are the most intelligent children that I know. But life circumstances can cause you to fall all the way by the wayside. It doesn't, listen, people always expect out of someone something that sometimes they can't give it to you if they don't have it for themselves. I watched that happen with my sons. People don't understand how depression works. I watched it happen with my sons. It's not a pill. It's not a therapy. It takes a lot. My son's father kicked me while I was pregnant. That's the son that's depressed. One day, me and my son was on his train. My son didn't want to talk to his dad. My son, the one that I raised, he don't got nothing to say to his father. Well, why? Because he knows that, I don't know whether he knows that his dad kicked me while I was pregnant, but he does know that his dad wasn't there. So see how that worked? He didn't want to talk to me when I was pregnant, and now that same son don't want to ever have something to say to him. That's what I said. We were on the train. We got off. I told him that his dad was driving the train. He said, I really don't care who's driving the train. I'm just on this train to get where I'm going, and I ain't got nothing to say to him because he ain't have nothing to say to me. So when we got off the train, my son didn't even look that way. Pay attention. My son didn't try to disrespect the man that walked off. He just kept on walking. I've raised respectful sons I have. Nobody can't say that they're not. Anytime they would be the way I did. Raised two respectful sons, not one. Both of my sons have manners. Both of my sons. So when people say, Catherine, you jacked your life up, well, okay, if that's what you say. It takes a lot for, if you're already suffering from some things to try to raise two other people that are not well. One of my sons was real sick when he was little, and that was Solomon. Solomon was extremely sick when he was little. See, he don't look like what he been through. It ain't what I've been through. He don't look like what he been through. Being born and having to stay in a NICU for 10 days with other sick children. Solomon does not. And then to come home and have to go to speech therapy and all the things. My son has been through a lot in a little bit of time. There are some people that are around that has not probably been through what Solomon has been through. And he ain't never going to talk to you and tell you about it. For real, he's not. We just was talking last night. My son's speech is clear because I made sure he got speech therapy. My son can use his hands because I made sure he got occupational therapy. Right. That's what happened. I didn't slouch on my sons. No, I didn't. See, when I heard that they speech sounded twisted, I made sure that I got them all the help that they needed. I did. Every agency here in Philadelphia, United Cerebral Palsy, the Elwin Institute out there in Elwin, PA. Listen, if it was there for my sons, I went and got it. I did. That's why when people start clowning on me, listen, I was a single mother. I ain't had no whole lot of money. I was not rich. I tried to do the best that I could with my own jacked up life. I tried to help my sons. I did. I did. And they're smart. They're book smart. They are. They are. They don't hang out in the streets. One of my sons, if you just put the game in front of him for the next 20 hours, he'll play the game all day. He does. I have to knock on the door sometime and tell him he's hungry. I'm not lying about that. When I cook sometimes, I run right up the steps. And my mama say, why, see, stay in your lane. Ain't nobody ask you why you asking me why I'm running up the why I'm running up the stairs, check here on my son that's been playing the game 15 hours. I should check on somebody that I ain't heard from for a while unless they got, see, that's not, when somebody sits in front of a video game and all they do is play it, you should go check on them. If they ain't come downstairs to get nothing to eat or drink, you should go check on them. I don't care what my mom would say. I would run right up the steps. Well, you cook the food, you could just leave it on the table. You don't even got to answer back to that. I'm going to leave the food on the table, but I'm going to check on my son. Right, that's what I had to deal with when I lived there. I really tried to hang there because my son was there. But then I began to realize that maybe I could help my son better on the outside than I could on the inside. I really couldn't help my son on the inside of my mom's house because she wanted to be his mom. And he already got a mom. How you going to be his mom and you don't even check on him? What kind of parenting skills you got? What kind of parent doesn't check on the child that stays in front of a video game for 15, 20, until he falls asleep and wake back up and do it all over again? I didn't say that he didn't take bath showers or brush his teeth. I'm saying that in between taking bath showers, brushing his teeth, playing the game, sometimes he wouldn't eat. I noticed how much weight he lost when he came home. Came home weighing 200 or something pounds. Now he's down to like 177? Right. Sitting there playing the game. Right. See, you can't watch somebody go down in front of you and you not care. I mean, my mom does, but me and her ain't the same person. That's why when people say you just like my mom. I ain't nothing like that lady at all. I ain't saying that to be smart. I'm not being disrespectful. I just had a conversation with her about my son, and she just clowned the heck out of me on the telephone. And it wasn't no 5 minute, 2 minute, This lady said, wrap it up. And I said, click, bang, bye. Hello to the dial tone. Yes, I did. I wasn't trying to be smart. You're not concerned about somebody that suffers from MDD. That's very dangerous. It's not a game. It's not a joke. This ain't about no money. Lady, you don't care about your grandson. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with people when they don't care about the people who they're related to. You can't care more about people on the outside than you do the inside. I've always told her that. Why do you care about people who you're not related to more? Yeah, because I watched her do it, and I watched my son tell her about her interaction with somebody who they have children, and my son actually told her, "You let them do stuff in this house that we ain't never do." Now, see, when I said it, it didn't mean anything. When my son said it, then she said, "Oh, right." See, that's why my sons have limit. They still respect my mom, but they see how she runs and do things for other people's and that hurts them because they went into the system because of her. So that's why it hurts them. See, people don't understand that. If your grandmother did what she did, then that is why they get hurt when they see her wanting to go get water ice with them. Right. Well, they were in the system. It doesn't matter that it's years later. That's years of their life that was taken away from them that they will never get back. People don't understand that. When you go into DHS and somebody else is with you and not your mom, you're never going to get those years back. My sons are back now in my life. That doesn't change the fact of what they went through. It just doesn't. Yeah, you can pick your friends, Zero Lightness. You can't pick your family. This ain't cards. See, when you play cards, if you don't like the hand you was dealt, you can throw it back. I play cards, I play spades, and I know. You can throw the hand back, you can't throw your family back, unfortunately. Because I would beg to differ if I had a chance to pick my family. Most of them wouldn't be my family. You know, the cousin that kicked me while I was pregnant, my mom, it's the bunch. It's like flowers, When you go into a flower shop, they have all sorts types of beautiful flowers from around the world. Daffodils, carnation, roses, daisies, peonies, lilacs, all types of different types of flowers. Right, carnations. And you pick the ones that you want to be in your bunch. Some of my family would not be in my bunch. I ain't gonna lie. They like flowers. Hey, I like roses. They got thorns. Y'all ain't even catch that. Hey, I like roses. They're like thorns. They wouldn't be in my bunch because, yes, they are like thorns, some of them. And that's why I compared them to thorns. Early in the morning, somebody calling to tell you something that will help you, and you getting all bent out of shape about my son. You could never, ma'am, get bent out of shape about either one of my sons. You've done catastrophic damage to them. So now that you don't understand why they act the way that they act, it's because you're delusional. That's what I said. And I don't care who don't like that. I said that. No 25-year-old should live the way that my son lives. Sitting in front of a game all the time. He did have a job. My grandma, I don't know if what my mom said is true, because sometimes she says, I don't know if what she said was true, but I'm going to try to problem solve today and go around what she has, what she has said, because she be purposefully trying to make me have verbal altercations with her so she could tell people that I verbally attacked. No, I ain't verbally nothing, Jew. I asked you a question, you got smart, and I hung up on you as I should have. Really. People always try to make it seem like I'm some bad daughter. No, I'm not a bad daughter. She's a bad mother. Difference. Said what I said. I'm not a bad daughter. She's not a good mother, or she lacks parenting skills. However you would like to say it. It is the truth. Somebody's climbing up and down buses, going places for you, doing things for you, and you're just doing whatever you do to try to hurt them. 10, 11, and 12. I'm getting myself together now, right now. I had to take a break from this. I'm gonna have to start because I have to go do some things today, and what I'm going to try to do. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Ouch. I got to go do something. I have to try to see if I could. Wait a minute. Hold on. I am great, Stacy. I was just story time telling about my two sons, and what I'm going. I probably will use this channel. Today I'm going. What I'm going to do for y'all. I am going to do this for y'all today. I am going to get the information. See, listen, it's easy for me to pull it up on internet. I'm going to physically go get this information. It's the reason why I'm doing it this way. See, when I go get the information, then I'll have it here. It's just easy for me to be lazy and pull it up on my phone. I'm not going to do that. It's the reason why I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get the information. And later on, I'll talk about it. See, the reason why I'm talking about it is because it could be somebody that's listening to me that has lymphedema or lipodema or lipedema. They're not the same thing. Sometimes people are actually walking around with lipedema and they don't know it. They really think that they're oddly shaped, and they're not oddly shaped. They have lipedema, and it can be treated. It can be treated. And the reason why I'm going to use this channel to do that is because of how I treat my lymphedema. Now, I just finished 3 consecutive treatments back to back. Yeah, you're right, Zero Lightness. I just finished 3 consecutive treatments. Now, the plan was to finish the 4th one. Hold on. But because I've been doing them, I did 3 of them. 2 arms, 1 leg. It's 7 o'clock. I think what I'm going to do is take a break, take a shower, get something to eat, get dressed, and I can do the last treatment later, because technically speaking, it's supposed to be done before bedtime. So me doing it in the morning, it really kind of probably like doesn't really matter as long as I do the one in the morning time. And I've already done 3 of them. So the arms I don't have to do at all, but the leg, I have 1 more leg treatment to do, and I'll probably do that tonight. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get out. I had some arrangements that fell through. So, I really am going to try to tackle my situation another way. The reason why is because when things don't go right and they go left, you have to try to navigate it the best way that you can. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. I don't really know my way around here, but I bet you I'll find where I'm at. Pay attention. I've been in Philadelphia 51 years. I bet you I'll find it, and without asking. Sometime I can, but I was pretty basically paying attention to where I uh, where I was, and I know that I could walk right up the street to the mall. I mean, it ain't right up the street, but it's close. But today I have to go get some information about lipedema, not lymphedema. I know about lymphedema. I have it. Now, with lipedema, I am not sure whether they will eat the same way that I eat, because last night I had a salad. I have 2 more down there. I also have some chicken down there as well, only 1 piece. The reason why I didn't get any chicken while I'm out, I gotta put on a list that I gotta get me some things I need. I'm gonna bring the oven up spotless, baby. I might even do a tutorial on this thing, baby, because if anybody can clean the oven, baby, I can clean the oven. I can take it from bottom to top. When I say that, listen, it was a lady. Her name was Miss Peggy. I'm not lying to y'all about Miss Peggy now. Miss Peggy could dress, but pay attention to Miss Peggy. Sometimes when people dress like I dress, When you go back where they live, it don't match. See, pay attention. See, when I dress all up to look cute like a doll, when you come back to see how I live, it matches. It do. It do. Listen, my sons tell you my room was ransacked over there, and that's why it looked like that over there now, because I'm not there. But where I am, it's clean. Why? Because it matches when I get all dressed up and look like a doll. It does. I believe that my room should look like it's spotless. And then that matches what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to look like a doll and and yeah, that's how I operate. But back to Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy called me. She wanted me to clean her house. She wanted to see if I really could get down and clean like she had heard. She asked me how much would I charge her to clean her house. Now, Miss Peggy is deceased, so I can talk about it. Okay, I don't remember Miss Peggy's last name, and it's the reason why I'm talking about Miss Peggy, cause it took me a real long time to clean Miss Peggy's oven. Her granddaughter came down the steps and said to me, I didn't even know that the oven could be clean. I said, so let me get this right. See, I just want you to help me out. You really think that you're supposed to put your food in the dirty oven, baby? Come here, come here, come here, come here. Watch what I do. Just stand here and watch what I do. See, you ain't got to get your hands all messed up. See, go get you some of them nice, them heavy gloves, baby, not the plastic ones. They handle food. They sell them in the supermarket. They either yellow, blue, or purple, whichever color you like. They come in different colors, but the color doesn't matter. It's what you're protecting. You're protecting your hands from the chemicals. You got to do a lot of scrubbing. It took me an hour and a half, almost 2 hours clean that oven. Yes, it did. Why? Because they had never cleaned it. That's why her granddaughter was amazed. And I took pictures of it. I don't have access to the pictures. I don't. But I know how to clean a very dirty oven. I can do it with chemicals, which means no, I don't use Easy Off because it's harsh on my lungs. I have asthma. I don't use Easy Off. There's something that costs a lot more money, and they sell it right in the supermarket. It's about $7 to $8. But when I tell you that it gets to the grime, it does. It gets to the Easy Off, sort of, kind of, but this other stuff that I use gets to the grime. And then what I will do is I will get some the Brillo pad and the Ajax. And if the oven is really soiled, listen, when I say I clean ovens, my Aunt Hazel, sorry Aunt Hazel, I got to put you on blast now, because you only gave me $20 to clean that oven. And see, Aunt Hazel, I got to put you on blast, calling me up there to clean your oven. And Aunt Hazel, Aunt Hazel. Hazel, you know you was wrong giving your niece $20 to clean that oven, and I couldn't even get it all the way clean because you was rushing me. Because if you got a real dirty oven, I can clean it. I did my aunt's. That lady gave me $20. First of all, she asked me, and I told her. Now, see, this is why listen, sometimes I have to take L's. I'm gonna say this real, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes I have to take L's, and I took one with my aunt because her oven, the work that I did to bring that oven where it was worth $100. I had to do a lot of scrubbing. See, that oven was smoking when I got there. You would turn it on, and it would smoke from all the stuff. That lady gave me $20, and it was worth $100. I had to take a L. I did. I took a L. I'm not mad at Hazel because her mind going down and she can't remember. I'm not mad at that lady up there. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. See, she did me dirty and she can't remember. I'm not being funny right now. I'm being real right now. See, I'm showing y'all something. That lady bamboozled me, and I'm not mad at her. Why I'm not mad at her? Because now my mama says she's sitting in the chair and she don't remember nothing. I'm not mad at her. And if her mind is going, when my mom first told me that her mind was going, it was going at a rapid rate. See, the reason why it was going at a rapid rate is because she was already she was in her 80s. It went fast on my Aunt Hazel. But because she didn't listen to me tell her how to preserve the things that she should have been taking for her mind, she didn't want to believe me. So she didn't want to believe me. Her mind went at a rapid rate. I'm not mad at Aunt Hazel for bamboozling me. I don't have to be. I'm not. I'm not. And I didn't say what she did. I just said she bamboozled me. I'm going to put it in the book. I ain't talking about no $20 for no oven. She hoodwinked me better than my aunt played me better than to play outside. She did. See, people that have lived 80, 85, 90 years old, if you really think that they can't play you and they really can't run circles around you, you go hang out with some of my folks. Because, baby, they could throw some circles around you that you ain't ever seen. See, these young folks think they slick, think that they're slick. But my aunts, the ones that still, well, Lorraine is dead, but my aunts, Hazel and Gloria over there, baby, they could throw some circles around you you ain't never seen coming. These young folks think they slick. They think that they know. Listen, my aunts could throw circles around them if I was to really be honest about it. Yeah, I have those type of aunts. Uh, I have type of aunts that when they said go to the store, mm-hmm, you thought that you was gonna go to the you never was. See, they knew how much change you was gonna get back. You better bought it back, and you better not took too long to get back with it, cause it was not that they was going to slap you or anything like that. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. See, they dealt with you in a different type of way. I just told you that my aunt bamboozled me. She did, maybe about 6 years ago. And even when she came around my mom's house and she tried to, talk to me, I ain't talked to that lady. I mean, Aunt Hazel, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that lady. Aunt Hazel, I didn't. I'm not mad that I didn't talk to her. Because if you don't have anything nice to say to somebody that age, you shouldn't. Because she ain't my age, so why would I be disrespectful? So I didn't do anything wrong by not talking to her. I preserved what we once had, although we don't have it anymore, by not talking to her. Because I was mad at her, but I'm not mad at her now. But it's too late now because she don't halfway remember me. Now, I was told that her mind is just about gone now. She don't halfway remember herself or nobody. I'm not laughing at my Aunt Hazel that happened to her. Of course I'm not. Her bamboozling, it didn't equate to them pulling the rug out from under me. They did. But, I mean, if a better way of saying this. The Bible says, what does it profit a man if he gains all of this world and he loses his soul? See, I don't want God at the end of my journey to say, you chose things over me. You chose money over me. You chose fame over me. That will never be my story. Never. Because I will never in this lifetime choose anything above God. I won't. I don't. See, I don't. And I always tell people, what does your Savior really mean to you? Does your Savior mean that if I had to pick and choose right or wrong, I'm always going to choose what's right? If I have to tell the truth instead of a lie, I'm always going to pick to tell the truth. I'm not going to tell a lie. See, we are always, okay, wait a minute. Somebody said, see her, Catherine? Can I see her? I know where she is. I don't know if she would want to see me. I mean, I can call her. I still had a phone number. But the best I could do for her is send her a get well card. I mean, will I send her a get well card? I might. Or I might call her son and tell her, I hope your mom get well. I don't know if I'm going to send a card because we've been estranged for 6 years. We're not even estranged because I wanted to be. We're estranged because they was greedy and they wanted some money and they acted funny. And that, right. See, it wasn't me. So usually when it's not me, I don't have a problem with making up with them. See, now that the money going, I don't have a problem with making up with them. They just, like my cousin lives right over there. Uh-huh. I don't ever. Two of my cousins live next door to each other. Sometimes I just don't get off the bus right there because I don't really want to run into them, and it's a probability that I could because they live right next door to each other, and our Hazel lives right around the corner. So see, sometimes I want to be in that area. People think that I do. No, I really don't. I just told you, my two cousins live right next door to each other. Lorraine's daughters, they do. They have for years. They're both buying their properties. My Aunt Hazel lives less than 5 minutes away. My other cousin, she lives down there where the XH turns. So when I say I don't want to be, y'all don't know that. I mean, they're older and I don't think they would want to fight me. That's not the issue about them wanting to fight. They're related to people that do like to fight. So, yeah. I mean, you know, coming anywhere near that area is chancy. It really is. Seriously. But I mean, 6 years ago, we were close. When my cousin's husband died, I was right there. 2018. I was there. And once Harold died 2 years later, it just began a downward slope. And they go to church every Sunday. Uh, listen. The reason why I have not really tried to reach out to them is because if you will fight at a cemetery, a person is going in the ground. There's nothing else to say. Then they act like they wanted to fight when Lorraine was going in the ground 3 years ago. And actually, August is coming. It is almost 3 years ago. It is. I'm not mad at any of them. I wrote about them. Probably will expand writing about them, but I wrote about Lorraine's daughter. I wrote about them, but here's the whole thing about me writing about them. I didn't add anything to the story. I just told the truth of what happened. My stepfather died and they acted funny. That's cut and dry. That's not a lot. My stepfather died. These folks act funny. Next. On to the next chapter that I'm writing. Someone has to, wait a minute. I just asked. Someone has to break the circle. Well, Stacy, if it were cut and dry that I could have went to church, put it to you this way. The reason why I never went back to the church where I grew up was the reason why after Pop died was because they were there. I would have went back to the church where I grew up at. Of course, I grew up in Berean. When I go back there now, they be asking me to come back. I grew up in Berean. What holds me back from going back there is they're there. We can't all be there together. My cousin is there. I can't be there with them. My aunt goes out there in West Philly with her daughter. I have some Muslim family members. I do. And my Muslim family members do eat crabs. Let me say that real quick, because, I had that conversation with my son last night about them crabs and things. And, yeah, my Muslim family members eat crabs. I heard what my son said, and my bonus son. Am I going to stop eating crabs? And now, listen, I don't ever make people promises about what I'm not going to eat. I'm not. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let God lead me. Because he ain't never letting me to stop eating crabs because I don't eat crabs all the time. And when I do eat crabs, it's usually the Alaskan. I do eat the king. I don't eat Dungeness and I don't eat the body crabs that come from Maryland because I ain't doing all that work. So, yeah, I'm going to, I have a birthday coming. And my bonus son tried to tell me not to celebrate my birthday. Baby, I don't know about him. See, I don't know about him. I won't celebrate these 52 trips around the sun. 51 right now, about to be 52. I'm going to celebrate my trips around the sun. I don't know what he's talking about. We ain't supposed to celebrate no days wonderful for you. I don't really believe that God would allow anybody to be born and I'm not celebrate one day, even if we don't celebrate the day that we claim is his. We are what people fail to realize about being a human being on a spiritual walk or a spirit, however you would like to say it, whether you are a spirit-filled being on a human walk, however you would like to say it. I don't believe that God would have you detached from what's going around you. What's going around you is you have birthdays, not only of you, of your loved ones too. The holidays, I ain't too sure about. Because I always go around preachers who say they don't celebrate holidays, but I see you got a ham in your refrigerator. So what are you talking about? Why do you have that ham? Pride. See, I don't like folks that tell those type of lies. You don't celebrate the holidays, but you got a ham at Christmas and Thanksgiving. Why? I didn't say I didn't eat ham, because I do. Quite correct, I do. I don't eat chitlins. No, I don't, because I don't have 3 days to soak them. And no, if from what I know about chitlins, anybody that, listen, people clean them how they want. My grandma would tell you, we soak chitlins for 3 days. We change the water with a little bit of vinegar, baking soda, and salt every time to get the stuff off of them to make them white. So I would not be eating chitlins from anybody because my grandma did a good job of cleaning those chitlins and hog maws. And listen, I don't eat chitlins, hog maws, or pig feet. I didn't tell you that I did not eat pork bacon. I do. My preference is beef. I don't like turkey, duck bacon, okay, or chicken bacon. No, I don't. I like beef bacon. So my down south folks that are still down there, I got family in Texas. My family, hold on. I'm trying to do two things at the same time. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Now I really have to figure out how I'm going to do this today. I really have to figure this out. Okay, let me see. Mm. Some way or another, I have to try to. My plans have changed, not necessarily because I wanted my plans to change, but they essentially changed because. See, let me say this. Whenever I am doing something, I just get up and do it. When I include other people in my plans sometimes get changed. So yeah, that's what essentially happens. Sometimes when I'm going to jump up and do something, I can just jump up and do it. But when I have to, yeah, the reason why y'all kind of like sort of have seen me around the beef sector less and less is because not only am I working on my book, 10, 11, and 12 that I haven't started yet, the reason why I didn't get to write 10, 11, and 12 last night is because my bonus son and my son was talking to me about God. So, I mean, the Bible, God, we had a deep conversation. It's always a good thing when your children get grown and start asking you questions about God. So I wasn't going to turn down that to write because I could do that today. So I went out and bought this brand new slumber set from Walmart, and this is 16 to 18. I would not lie to you. This joint is falling off me. I mean, it's big to the fit because I was thinking that it was going to be too small. No, it's way too big, which means I was right about my clothing size. That joint falling. For real. Hold on. It does not fit well at all. I'm sitting here getting my room together. I want to be out a little bit earlier than I was yesterday. Yesterday it was a lot late. I don't want to do that today. Today I want to make sure. I don't know whether it's going to rain or not, but I don't want the rain to dictate what I have to do today. Hold on. I'm sitting here trying to take my machine apart and all that there. And that's what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to, yeah. I don't know. I met a lady yesterday, and this lady was telling me, I was just sitting down. I lied to y'all not. I was sitting down. The lady was, she started talking, right? I spoke, she started talking. Cool, I didn't care. She started telling me about her baby and her grandma, and I listened to her, but I'm not. And one thing in life you always have to realize where you are is exactly where you are. When I say that right now, meaning that although she saw me sitting there, she didn't know why I was there. So when she began to talk and I began to listen to what she was saying, I was thinking to myself, ma'am, I'm not in no position to help you. I was listening, but I mean, I gave her some information, but I was thinking, I'm not in a position to help you. Because what she needed done was she needed her baby to be taken care of, and she needed her grandma to be taken care of. So, yeah, I wasn't. I ain't in a position to be shaking no baby right now. I ain't trying to be smart about it. The baby was 6 months. And coincidentally, when I was playing with the baby, he was just smiling and laughing. And she said, "Oh, he cried a lot." Well, he ain't cried when he was. Listen. She couldn't even bait me with it because she was like, "I'll pay you whatever." She couldn't even bait me with it because I just had an operation. Almost 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't be holding no baby. You got to pick a baby up to change. Baby. You got to pick a baby up to change a baby. Because he don't walk. He's 6 months. He's in a stroller. He's a cute little fellow, though. I can't lie. Cute little baby. But I can't be picking up little babies right now. I'm not even supposed to pick up nothing. What did they say? 2 pounds, 5 pounds? How much that 6-pound baby weigh? He weighed more than 2 pounds? Shucks. And he looked like he liked to eat. Forget that baby food, baby. He looked like listen, she said chicken nuggets. Why the baby, listen, she said she went to the hospital and gave her one of them slips so she can go get some food from the hospital cafeteria. You know, the slip stuff. I said, well, what the baby gonna eat? She said, oh, he eat real food. He eat real food? Because I knew that he did when I looked at him that he ate real food because I said, well, the bottle, right? So I said, well, did you bring the baby any snacks out the house? See, look, the question I asked because she said the baby was hungry. Did you bring the baby? No, I ain't had no snacks in my bag because I ain't had no snacks. I do have snacks downstairs. I ain't even think about taking no snacks out my bag. No, I didn't. Because if I had some snacks in my bag, it would have been fruit, and I'm not too sure that the baby would have been able to chew the fruit because I have down there grapes and stuff. He's only 6 months. He don't have no teeth. She would have had to chew it for him. I ain't had baby-friendly snacks, and and the ones I have downstairs, they ain't for no baby. But I asked her, did you bring the baby any snacks? She said, I put the food the food, baby food in the bottle. I ain't, after she told me she put the baby food in the bottle with the milk, I ain't asked her too many more questions. I guarantee you that I didn't. I just started listening and yeah, because I didn't. I didn't. I ain't never been so glad to leave in all my life. My feet could not move fast enough. She said, don't forget to call me. Right, bye. Right, bye. I ran right out that door like a track star. I did. Hold on, y'all. Holding my machine. It's 7:16. Holding it up. Let me say this one for tonight. So I know Ness is having a Lunchables contest. So I saw that. So yeah. I have to figure out how to do this. I really do. Maybe I'll do it next week because I can't do it right now. Goodness. Mm. So I hit Lady Nika's panel last night about Jay Wilson and ZX. I really think that both of them are trying to get me to come to their platform, and I'm really not interested. I'm not interested in anything Jay Wilson has to say, and I'm definitely not interested in anything ZX or Tulsa have to say. I'm not. Because in my real life, I am a good person. I am. For real. I mean, on here, y'all might think the worst of me, but in my real life, I really do stuff for people. I mean, I ain't on the internet talking about uh, like ZX. I ain't on the internet telling you what I did, but I do try to help people. But last night, I saw that live he put up last night. Ain't nobody fooling him. I'm gonna let them be content and me go get my medical content. We sit over here, we talk about it today. So I'll see y'all later at 7:18. I gotta go time to get this stuff together. I'll be back later. I can't tell y'all what time because I gotta go get this information. It's not here. I have to physically go get it so I can print it out. See y'all. Y'all have a good day.